All right. What is going on? We are live for December 21st picks and preview for college basketball. Still got some games going on right now. I'm not sure. I forget what Nick's on right now, but I'm sweating out this under for Villanova Creighton and UC Irvine +6. They're starting to get run out the gym, though. Not looking too hot.
Yeah, I have Seattle money line. They're up 2 in the first, and then I have that Bama Arizona over. That's not tipping for like another 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's all I got left for
Yeah,
the day.
such a late tip for that game. Holy shit.
I know, but I'm kind of down
Yeah.
with it
Oh, I'm down. Yeah, it'll keep me
because it's
occupied
a
till about
late
12,
night.
12:30.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I'll need that Bama team total on that one. I think Bama's live in that game, personally. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I think the
you
overs
watched.
are gonna smack, so should be fine.
Yeah. You fuck it, maybe I'll just double down right live. We'll see what
Yeah.
happens. Shout out everybody in the chat. Boyth, Cutback Mac, and Sandy Plashkeys. What's going on, guys? Appreciate you stopping by.
All the
Yeah, I guess we're
homies.
just gonna the homies are here. It's chat's popping. I guess we'll just get started tomorrow. Anything for the early games you got? I know we got a lot of day games, early afternoon games tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I'm probably gonna bet. Oh fuck, there's a lot of them. Holy shit.
Yeah, we got one,
Usually they only
two,
give us
five
like two
games
or
before two.
three. Yeah, dude, there's like 8 games at like 2 and 3.
Yeah,
Holy
it's
shit.
busy day tomorrow.
Yeah, I haven't actually like dove into, much of them, but of course I'll have some action on them. I think like Sacred Heart at home versus Dartmouth is definitely a play. Probably Fordham is going to be a little bit of a heavy favorite over Central Connecticut, probably like 7 or 8 points. I don't have the lines pulled up on the Open DraftKings, but depending on that one, I'd definitely be able to tap, or I'll look to tap Fordham for sure. I think they're actually pretty decent. Pretty sure they had a game against St. John's the other day. Oh, they did get smacked by that. I think they were like plus 14. I was looking at them, but they obviously got smoked, so maybe not.
Word. I know one that was catching my eye was this Texas Tech laying 13.5. I don't care who they're playing. I mean, that offense can just go anemic for 7-8 minutes at a time.
Yeah, UT Arlington is like they're pretty decent too. Like I think they'll be able to keep up with pace. Obviously, Texas Tech loves to play slow, and Arlington is a pretty, middle of the road pace team, or a little above middle of the road pace team. They're 111th in possession length, 81st in tempo. So Texas Tech will be able to probably slow them down and control it a bit more than some of these other teams they were playing, like Air Force or like Alcorn State, Abilene Christian. These guys. But that is a lot of points to be laying with Tech, even though they are home. Tech at home, like football, basketball, it's like a different story. They're like they own whoever comes to town in Lubbock. So,
Word. I mean, this could be a little look ahead spot. Christmas, they don't play until next Thursday, so they got their little break and whatnot. Get to go home after this, so they might just be trying to get in, get out. Who gives a shit? Just win the game.
Yeah.
But Arlington cannot hang on to the ball. That's another problem. 22.2% of their offensive possessions are getting turnovers. That's 348th in the country. So they're definitely going to need to do better there. But it's not like Texas Tech is out here looking to force turnovers and steals and whatnot. So just based on that line, honestly, Arlington maybe just my early play, just because Texas Tech, they got Christmas coming up. It's just UT Arlington. Who cares? This will be a bigger game for UTA. And like I said, Texas Tech can just go cold for stretches at a time. They did whoop up on Vanderbilt by 20, but congratulations.
I mean, Western Carolina beat Vanderbilt yesterday, so it's not really.
Yeah, the refs tried to win it for Vandy in that game, but
I didn't have a stream. I wasn't actually watching it at all. Like, what happened in there?
Oh, it was a good game. I mean, Western Carolina, I think it was like an 11 or 12-point lead. Vandy cut it to 5 by half. And then they kind of just hung on to that 3-5-point lead. And then late, the whistle started blowing. And Vandy came back in, was leading, and Western Carolina just took over at the end when it mattered and got it done. Last second finger roll. So it was a pretty nice game. Nice to watch Vandy lose. SEC school lose at home to a non P5. So that's always fun.
Yeah, I mean, I know last year we were kind of riding them. They last year they scored a lot of points and played pretty fast. There was one guy on their team. We talked about it like weeks ago. I can't remember what his name was, but
I forget his name. Yeah,
you know who I'm talking about. They're like power forward or whatever. That was like good for like a double like every game. Like Homie was actually hooping for them. But yeah, now that he's gone, that team is kind of poverty. So definitely look to fade Vandy whenever they play, like a competent team.
Exactly, yeah, and they lost Colin Smith for the season with an Achilles injury. That was like 8 points, 7 boards for him right there. So, and Van Allen Leuben or whatever his name is, he's out. I didn't look into the extent of the injury. I just saw it from Rothstein that he was out yesterday before the game. Their leading scorer. So I hopped on Western Carolina a little bit more. Should have grabbed the money line with it only being 4 points, but
Yeah.
we survive, we move. But
Yep.
yeah, so if I'm gonna pick anything early, this Texas Tech game caught my eye. So UTA would be my lean for an early game here personally.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of said it that Dartmouth Sacred Heart game. Now I have the spread pull up. It's Sacred Heart's at home. They're -3. I think that's the play. I think Dartmouth's offense is just super anemic, and they're 350th in adjusted efficiency on offense, 300th in effective field goal. They can't like they don't board at all on offense. They're 360th in the country, which is I think third to last. They have no 3-point offense. Like Sacred Heart, on the other hand, yeah, of course they're not gonna light up the scoreboard by any means, but their numbers are at least looking a lot better than Dartmouth's, and then being home. Both of these teams, again, like you mentioned, aren't playing for another 9 days, so maybe they aren't going to all be super into it. But I'm definitely not going to take Dartmouth on the road with how horrendous this offense is. Like, I mean, they lost to Lemoyne by 26 points.
That's hard.
Like 4 days ago. Yeah, I mean, losing to Lemoyne, who just bumped up to D1 from D2, is. I mean, they didn't just lose; like Lemoyne smacked them.
Yeah.
So I definitely am not looking to put my money on Dartmouth. So I actually do really like Sacred Heart -3.
Yeah, and Sacred Heart's do a win here. What we got? 6, 7 straight losses.
Yeah,
Back at home before Christmas. I mean, maybe they're trying to get a little something here, but yeah, Sacred Heart for sure. They're due a win here, and Dartmouth is just so damn bad.
Yeah, their numbers are probably a bit skewed, like looking at their, shooting percentage and all that. Like they did have a couple tough games in that 7-game stretch against St. Joseph's, who was proven to be like a very legit team who can hang with the big dogs. They had St. John's in there, and then Providence at Providence. So obviously their numbers are going to be a bit skewed down because they're playing such high competition. So once they play a team like Dartmouth, I don't think they should really struggle that much.
Word. I mean, they hung with St. Joe's by 9.
Yeah.
St. John's just dummied them, but Providence was a 14-point game. So, I mean, they've hung in there a little bit. It's not like they're getting their doors blown off by 30 every game. So, yeah, man, actually, it's a good look. Sacred Heart. I actually kind of like this a lot now. It's a nice spot for them.
Yeah, and even in that Providence game, like they shot 2 for 14 from 3. Like I'm sure that's not going to be replicated in a lot of these games. Even St. Joe's, though, I mean, maybe it is. They only shot 20% 3 from St. Joe's. So maybe they just need to keep it inside the arc, and they should be fine. But I would imagine there's you can't stay that bad for this long.
Yeah.
So I imagine that number will, do some positive regression.
Word. Yeah, that was I like that look too. Sacred Heart. I'm probably gonna end up adding that too.
Yeah.
Good spot for him. Dartmouth at home right before Christmas. Here's your Christmas miracle, guys. Let's get a W.
Yep, I like it.
Something else that's catching my eye here. Northern Colorado Air Force. Little interstate rivalry here. Northern Colorado, I know I bet them, I think 22.5 against Colorado the other week, and they were down 35-36 in the second half, but they somehow covered that game.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was absurd. I was already moving on to the next, and they just crawled back in. So they don't give up. They fight. And going against Air Force, one of the bigger Colorado schools, they should be able to, I think, probably hang in there a little bit. They haven't played since that Colorado game, actually, so that was about a week ago. Air Force is coming off. UT Arlington lost by 3. Eastern Washington lost by 5. Now they're back home. Same thing. They're not playing until January 2nd is their next game. So I think there's gonna be a lot of look ahead spots for teams that should win tomorrow. I think there's gonna be a lot of close games and some unders too. Because everyone is so looking forward to getting a nice break off right now, going back, seeing family, not having to go to practice, not having to do this, go to school for a week. So I think we're going to get a lot of ugly games and close games tomorrow, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't hate the plus 8.5 with Northern Colorado. I think they're going to look to, again, push the pace. They're 30th in possession length. Obviously, Air Force is going to try and do the exact opposite, being 350th. But like, I kind of like these teams that play super fast against these slow teams, because I think if they can stay within the game, keep it within like a possession or two, like they can try and force their pace on the team that likes to play slow. So you could get Air Force out of a rhythm. And teams aren't Air Force's defense is allowing these teams to have some quick possession. So I think if Northern Colorado can get some threes up or just get some good looks, like they'll definitely be able to score. So 8.5, catching almost 3 possessions is a good spot for them.
Yeah. I think it'll be a single digit game. Northern Colorado's got a 7-footer too. So if they play him, they're gonna have at least 3 inches of size down low for grabbing rebounds and whatnot. So Northern Colorado. I think I like that look tomorrow, to be honest. I mean, they're coming off of the like I said, that Colorado drumming, but they came back in and they fought. They were down 35 and they ended up keeping it within 22. So I think worst comes to worst, I think they'll keep it within single digits, hopefully just above 9.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm with you. I like that. I don't know about any of these early games. I every time I see Quinnipiac on a short spread, I like almost always want to bet them. They're playing Lafayette tomorrow, but I fucking can't trust that team. Every time I bet on them, they just like absolutely shit on me. It's gonna be they're laying 3 on the road at Lafayette. I don't know. These early games are so hard. That's why like every time I tweet my card, they're always half units, because these early games are just so fucked.
Yeah. That's the smart thing to do. I mean, are we really risking full units on Ball Sack State versus nobody University? I mean,
I feel
you
like
love the early action, but you kind of got to be smart about it to an extent.
Yeah, I felt like last week I was like hitting on the early games.
Yeah, you were.
Rob laid a pretty sizable bet on Lafayette, eh? Fuck.
Oh.
Rob, what makes you ball sexy? Yeah, I mean we kind of feast on ball sexy. It's you have to in the sport. Rob, why do you have this sizable on Lafayette? Like looking at these numbers, like fuck, this team is. I mean, like you said before, this team might be due for a win. They've lost 7 in a row themselves. Their only win came against a D2. They're 1-10. 8-3 Quinnipiac going on the road, only laying 3 against a team that only has win over D2. Kind of stinks. Yeah. Like I don't hate it at all. Like I said, I hate laying points with Quinnipiac. They bit me in the ass at the end of last season a couple times too. That just made me scared to bet them.
How much did they win by last? They won by 20, and they were laying 4 or 5 against Holy Cross.
Yeah, I know. I scared myself off of that one too.
It's kind of stinks though. I mean, what are they laying now? 3, you said? 3.5?
3 points.
Jeez. And now you're playing another dog shit University in Lafayette.
Oh, this team is way worse than Holy Cross.
That kind of stinks a little bit.
Okay. I don't know if there's. I mean, I doubt it, but there's no.
These numbers you look at them and you're like, this team ain't beating a freshman team of high school. But I mean, shit, they're due a win, and same thing for Quinnipiac. They're not playing until next Saturday, 30th. So
I am a sucker for some cheese, though. Like I'm a known sucker. Like if I see that short number, like I kind of just like feel like I have to take it.
Where I'm kind of opposite. I kind of feel like I'm like, yo, why is it so small? Why are they kind of baiting me into taking this? Like, so I mean, hey, different ideologies here, but Rob's on them. Sleepy midday game with a Lafayette team that just gasses themselves with their lack of depth. Typically, that gets better over the course of a season. Lafayette is a size matchup with Quinnipiac. There you go. And it is a home game too for Lafayette. I mean, that doesn't matter at all, but they don't have to leave. Quinnipiac's gotta play this, then fly back or drive back, and then they got their break, and then they got Florida on Saturday, at Florida. So this could be kind of a look ahead spot for them too. Like I'm kind of with Rob. This feels like the spot that Lafayette needs to get it done here, but that's scary.
Yeah, like I said, my dumb ass will probably end up betting Quinnipiac before tip tomorrow, just because I'm dumb. But I definitely don't hate the read at all. Yeah, no, I mean, like it makes sense. Like I feel like that's why I like talking to Rob about some of these games, because he has a different perspective than like me and some of the other buddies that I chop it up with. So I'm a known sucker though, so they'll probably end up on the card. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, someone's going to win that game at least.
Yeah.
Another game I'm kind of looking at here. another little brother angle. Niagara at Syracuse. Syracuse is laying 18.5, coming off of the Oregon drumming on a neutral. Beat Georgetown by 12, Cornell by 11. Bad LSU team by 13. I think this is another just disgusting spot, but Niagara headed to Syracuse, but Syracuse does have Pittsburgh on deck on Saturday also, so they got another big game on deck. Syracuse guards the 3 well, which is where Niagara wants to get their points and get to the line. I gotta look at Syracuse free throw numbers, but yeah, Niagara can shoot the 3 ball if their threes are falling. I think they're going to be able to hang within this 18, no problem. But I don't know. I think Syracuse laying that many points after they were just on a 2-game road stretch, beat Oregon just soundly by 20. Now you're going to come home and you get Niagara. I think it's kind of going to be a sleepy spot. I could see this being a 14, 15-point win for Syracuse. And Niagara just hangs in there with their 3 balls. Maybe they make it a little interesting late, keeping it around 10. But I don't know. I think that's too many points for Syracuse coming off of that big game and with Christmas break and Pittsburgh on deck here.
Yeah, and Niagara plays really slow, so when they have the ball, they're not going to give Syracuse a lot of extra possessions. They're going to run that clock. And you kind of nailed it. I watched Niagara just drill threes on Binghamton yesterday or 2 days ago. I laid the 5.5 with Binghamton, thinking they could stop Niagara, but clearly they shot 40% from 3. They were just raining it in. So I think 18 points is a lot for Cuse coming off, like you said, those 2 road games against big opponents with Georgetown and Oregon. Georgetown is Georgetown, but still, Power 16 playing Big East, then going playing Oregon on a neutral. They might just try and get this win and get out. They don't really care to cover 20 points or 18 points. So I think Niagara could hang in there.
100%. And this is their biggest game of the year. This is their national championship game here. You're going to go to the Carrier Dome or whatever the hell it's called now. And you get Syracuse in a sleepy spot, looking ahead to next couple days next week. So I actually I'm probably going to fire on Niagara. I think it was 18.5. I see 18.5
yeah,
right now.
Yeah, this is their best team that Niagara's going to play all season.
Mm-hmm.
Syracuse is the highest ranked team they're going to play.
And students are gone. Who the hell's going to be there at 5 o'clock? People are coming out of work. It'll probably be parents, be some locals and whatnot, but this place isn't going to be as crazy as it normally is. So, I mean, this is the best spot as half of these teams are going to have tomorrow on the slate. Kind of some nasty early games, but shit. Well, when's Arlington going to have a better chance, or Northern Colorado or Niagara? This is the spot for them. If they got to show up.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm going to sort this by thrill score if you want to talk about some bigger games.
The next one popping here, TCU and Old Dominion.
Yeah.
It's not really a big game, but I mean, you got TCU on the road against ODU. Where actually is ODU from? I'm drawing a blank. I looked this up. Virginia. Okay. I was going to say, I looked this up the other day when they blew that 28-point lead in the bowl game.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I rage bet that money line for Western Kentucky, and it was over so fast. And all of a sudden they won. That was a wild game. I wish I would have watched that. Rob saying he's loving Old Dominion. It's on a neutral. Okay. ODU is live in his opinion. Where is this?
This is getting played in Hawaii.
What the hell?
This is in Honolulu.
It's at this. So this is where Hawaii plays, the Stan Sheriff Center. Why is this? ODU hasn't played since the 9th of December either. So this will be about a week and a half, 2 weeks.
ODU best 3-win team in America.
Holy yeah, they beat Drexel Radford too. Wow. At home, but still.
Radford got a nice win tonight, didn't they?
They did. I was kind of upset I didn't play him on the money line. I liked them. They looked pretty good. No Jesse Edwards. I thought Raekwon Battle was going to be a little cold. Not that man went for 32 points or something. He was nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Which is it was a great game. It was sweaty. It was great. Radford got it done, but TCU, they don't play till Monday, and they got Texas A&M Commerce, so not really much of a look at other than Christmas break and getting out. If you got to fly back to school, then get your shit, then you got to go back to wherever you're from for your family and whatnot. It's just man, 15 points is a lot, like Rob said. And ODU, they don't turn the ball over. So they're top 35 in the country and hanging on to it. So they're not going to be giving away extra possessions. They force you to work the clock on defense, 18.4 seconds. Or they're a little quicker with that. But I mean, TCU is really fast, but are they going to really want to be running and gunning after they just last Saturday played a neutral against Arizona State? Then you got to fly to Hawaii this week, play at Old Dominion Monarchs, and then you're going to fly home. This is
Those kids are not going to be locked in or for a fucking Christmas break game in Hawaii.
No, it's so random. It's in Hawaii. That is very weird.
That is a
very weird.
Weird neutral court.
Yeah, I mean, and Old Dominion's had a week and a half off too, so they'll have fresh legs. TCU's coming off of the Arizona State, Clemson, Georgetown.
Holy shit, ODU hasn't played in 12 days.
No, someone's got to work on those scheduling.
Holy fuck.
Couldn't even play a D2 university, kind of stay loose, but yeah, I think they'll be fine. Like Rob thinks they're live, so I mean, I guess sprinkle a little bit on the money line based on Rob there, but I like that 15 at least. I mean, these are just some nasty spots for some big teams tomorrow. These are just some bad spots for them.
Yeah, I do like ODU as well. I think it's just too many points for TCU to cover. Like we said, like going to Hawaii, coming off that big game versus Arizona State, just hopping. They probably hopped on the plane, I would imagine, like the day after. So try and get, I mean, going to Hawaii is a big difference than being in fucking Texas.
Yeah, that flight alone, that'll wear you down for like 2 days or something. Then you're gonna play, then you're gonna hop right back on the flight.
5 hours behind in Hawaii too.
Yeah, true. The time zone's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, a lot of these dogs I'm liking. Yeah. So Arlington, Sacred Heart, Niagara.
I think it'll be a battle. ODU will give them a fight for sure.
Yeah.
Any other ones you wanted to touch?
I mean, nasty Kentucky, Louisville.
I mean, that's just Kentucky.
It's at Louisville. If that matters at all, but no, Kentucky's gonna show up. So.
There will be that. I mean, how far is Kentucky from Louisville?
Oh man, Lexington to I'm gonna guess 2.5 hours at most. Yeah. I have no idea. I can fire my Google Maps right now.
There'll be some Kentucky fans there, I think.
Oh yeah, 100%. They will travel. They will travel.
I'm sure I'm sure there's. I mean, it's gonna be a fucking feisty, right? I'm sure it's probably a little bit of a heated game for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure Louisville's gonna give them hell, but what kind of hell can Louisville really give them?
What's it spread? It opened at what, like
13.5, I see.
Yeah.
Pepperdine shot 6 of 24 from 3-point land, and Louisville was 9 of 16, and they shot 46% inside the arc. So I mean, they were on fire. They were stealing. They had 7 steals, 4 blocks, and 17 assists, 28, 33. They were dishing the ball. They weren't missing much either. It was just that second half. It was just the runaway. I thought maybe Pepperdine would give them a little bit of a game, but it just never happened.
I just fear like Louisville has like absolutely like Kenny Payne has just like no control over this team. Like homie just sitting out like a week or two ago, like because he didn't have the right fucking, like the tights. Right. He didn't have the tights he wanted to wear or whatever. It's like, how the fuck as a coach, like, what do you do there? Like your player's just going to tell you like, I don't want to play because I don't have the right shit to wear. Yeah. Like, it's like the players obviously like don't give a fuck about him. And clearly they don't give a fuck about the game. Like, he's a good player and shit, but like, if you're like willing to just not play in the first half of a game where your season is like not going that well, like, I don't know. Yeah. That's not obviously that's, it could be whatever, however you want to read that, but like, I don't want to back a team that like clearly doesn't care.
No. And I think they gave their heart out to beat Pepperdine the other day at home.
I mean, yeah, they're coming off of a home loss against Arkansas State.
Yeah. Money line.
The home court doesn't mean shit, especially in this
they lost because
yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, that's even fucking worse. Honestly.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think Louisville's going to probably, show up a little bit here, but at some point Kentucky's going to Kentucky and just beat them. I think 13.5 is not enough.
I think if there's one like spot if you want to back Louisville, maybe the first half they'll come out with a lot of energy and be hyped up for like this big, rivalry game. But I think Kentucky fucking runs away with it. I mean, 13.5 is a lot, but I don't see Louisville stopping Kentucky. I mean, like we said, like Kentucky playing super fast, top 15 effective field goal. They're second in the country in turnover percentage, so they're not giving teams easy steals to get fast break buckets or just get extra possessions. 6 and 3-point. Like I just don't know how Louisville stops them. Like their defense, they can guard the perimeter at least pretty well. But again, like look at the competition that Louisville's played. Like obviously they have Texas, Indiana, and then it's a bunch of just like rat shit schools that like, of course you can defend the three well against DePaul and Arkansas State. And like you said, Pepperdine, whatever. Kentucky is not on the same level as any of those teams minus Texas. And even then like Kentucky is obviously a step ahead. So I really don't see how Louisville covers.
No, I mean, granted, this is one of those spots where you're looking at, we're just best spot for Louisville to an extent, but this is also a game that Calipari's been in forever. He's not going to overlook Louisville. I think he loves whooping the hell out of Louisville.
Right. I'm sure their boosters want to beat Louisville pretty bad as well.
Yeah. Yep. And I mean, and like I said, it's not going to be a huge travel spot. What, 2 hours at most is probably the trip there. So. Yeah, I think Louisville just kind of routes them. Maybe like you said, maybe they hang in first half, they cover like an 8 points, it's a 6-7 point game at halftime somehow, and then Louisville just like steps up and just dominates. I mean, Kentucky steps up. Louisville's got 6'10" down low, 6'9", and then Kentucky's got Bradshaw at 7'1", Trey Mitchell 6'9". Tierro's 6'9". I mean, they got the height to go with it and keep Louisville off those boards too. So yeah, I'm not.
The drive is even shorter. It's like it's an hour and 15 minutes. I just looked. So it's of course it'll be split like the base. However you want to think that the fan base is going to be. I'm sure it'll be a bunch of fucking both teams, but it's not going to be a true like home game really.
No, yeah, it's gonna be like 3-1. Yeah. No. Get my Kentucky cities and schools mixed up. Absolutely not. Am I laying Louisville money line or with these points here?
Fuck no, man.
I mean, and going back to the Kenny Payne thing, why do you tell the media that you don't?
Why would you say that? You don't have to say that.
No,
just say he was shitting his pants.
Yeah.
Say he was literally on the toilet the entire first half. Don't say he didn't have the right fucking clothes to wear, so he just didn't want to play. Like, what the fuck? Could you imagine if fucking Cal's guys said that, or like if Shire's guys said, like, dude, you'd be fucking done.
Off the team. Like, we don't need you.
Who the fuck cares how good you are? You can't just not play because you don't have the right fucking clothes to wear. That's so crazy.
I think Payne was trying to turn it around on him, make him feel bad, but it's like, nah, dude, you look like an idiot. What are you running over there? And then the kid that never transferred, was sitting at the game. Like the place is a shit show right now. Like I hope Kenny Payne doesn't leave forever because this is hilarious.
Yeah, I'm down for Louisville to just be shit, but there's no way he lasts.
No. Like people are starting to forget that Louisville was actually good.
No, there's
like it's been a minute since they've been good, and Kenny Payne is he's not the guy. How he got a second chance is beyond me this year, but I'm here for it. Whatever.
I mean, dude, last year they were 4-28. Like his team is bad, man. They just have that big ass name and like obviously the history of how good they were, right? Like, in 16, 17, 18, they were fucking steamrolling, but they haven't been in contention for anything like in the past 4 or 5 years. They just have that big name. Mm-hmm. So as square as it is, like I don't know how you take points with Louisville. I think
it's probably Kentucky in the under, and Kentucky just shuts them down. Like they don't even break 60.
It's either like you lay with Kentucky or just no play. Like I don't know how you could back Louisville and feel safe about it.
Yeah, I mean Louisville's. I'm trying to find their wins they can have. They've got Notre Dame on the 21st of February.
They'll crazily enough they will beat them. Notre Dame.
They're favored by 6.
Dude, Notre Dame is a fucking disaster, man.
Notre Dame is rough.
I
can't believe they were laying 9.5 yesterday.
I can't.
I didn't play it, but damn.
We'll never escape the Moneyline Mac ACC is a shit conference bit forever because they are so bad.
Yeah, no,
we have 3 teams.
Yeah, no, he's not even lying either. That's the
No,
thing. People
now
get so
he's
mad, but
not
it's like
lying.
he's actually right.
I
So
hate to
yeah, I
admit,
think
but he is right.
yeah, I mean, we spent a lot of time on fucking Louisville and Kentucky, but I mean, it's just you can't play Louisville whatsoever. You can't, like, if you trust them in the first half, like, oh, I don't trust them with my money whatsoever. Even catching 10 in the first half, no, thank you.
If you play Louisville, it's like just take it and go out to drink or just go to bed. Like, there's no way you can
Yeah.
watch that and just like, feel confident in the bet.
Yeah, just bet it and forget it. Yeah,
Literally,
no thanks.
yeah.
Yeah. What are you looking at here?
I was just sorting by like thrill score if you want to go through like some of the bigger games, unless you have like ones that you already have your eye on to like lock in.
I mean, I'm just looking at all these other ones like Tarleton State, Tennessee laying 22.5. What are we doing? Like, you come on. They're just like Texas Tech. They'll go scoreless for 5-6 minutes. And I mean, granted, they can score too a little bit, but I'm going to guess they're probably not playing until after Christmas. Tarleton State is a a good team. We've been backing them, and 22.5 is just, that's a lot of points. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a ton of points. Yeah, they don't play until the 2nd, so they're not playing until after New Year.
And are they on the road or at home after? I guess it doesn't matter.
I think they're home versus Norfolk.
Oh, it's Norfolk.
So it's
okay.
Yeah, it's not a big.
Well, at least they scheduled a cakewalk before conference play
before and after the holidays.
Yeah. Rob saying we got Frank Martin on a neutral tomorrow. Oh, I didn't find the Mass game yet. Where is it? Georgia Tech. Ooh, Georgia Tech. All right. Yeah. Let's dive into this one.
Sure.
Neutral against Georgia Tech. Let me get to that KenPom thing.
I mean, Georgia Tech must be good. They beat Duke, right?
Man, I don't even Duke. Goddamn. I was literally. I mentioned. I texted Nick a comment about Ryan Young. I was like, "What does that guy do other than podcast at Duke?" Proceeds to just shove those words back down my throat and take my money tonight.
He had a fucking solid like 4 minutes right after you sent that.
Yeah, it was uncanny. It was on point.
It was the best I've ever seen Ryan Young play.
Yeah,
he earned his jersey.
Yeah, he earned his jersey.
I mean, there was. Who do we got here? Listen, man, you can't fade Duke at MSG.
I thought that was kind of the better chance that Baylor might have had, but Baylor kind of looks a little lost at times. They're getting streaky.
I saw a tweet. We're going way off topic here, but I saw a tweet that like Duke played Baylor like 2 years ago, and it was also like 61-61 tied up with like 6 or 7 minutes left in the second half, and both times Duke went on like an 11-1 run to win the game.
That would have been nice to know, but yeah, I mean,
if you see Duke and Baylor tied at 61, live bet, dude.
Live. Noted. All right. Yes. So Massachusetts, Georgia Tech, neutral. Where is this game actually?
It is also in Hawaii. So there's a tournament there, eh?
There's got to be some sort of invitational or something then.
Yeah.
Okay, we got Georgia Tech coming off of the Penn State. They beat Penn State by 1 on a neutral. And now Frank Martin. Dude, UMass, the Minutemen have been hot this year. They've been playing damn good.
Oh,
they had that loss to...
Keep talking.
Okay. Yeah, they had that 10-point loss on the road to Towson, lost in overtime to Harvard. But, I mean, they beat UMass Lowell at home. They had a semi-home against West Virginia. They beat them by 8. Central Connecticut, like, they can score. They got great interior defense, allowing sub 43% inside the arc. They're struggling with free throws, but you got to imagine that's gonna change a little bit here. With Frank Martin, they're not going to be shooting 66% all year. They got the great defense, 46% effective field goal. They're not turning the ball over. They're grabbing rebounds. Georgia Tech, they can't shoot. They're shooting 29% from 3-point land. They're also shooting sub 66%. Oh, there we go. Minutemen hat. There we go.
Yep, got the shipment in.
Oh yeah, it reminds me. But anyway, I mean, Georgia Tech's not forcing turnovers either. They're kind of struggling to hang on to the ball. 18.5% turnover percentage when on offense. And other than rebounding, Georgia Tech's not really been like elite anywhere. I mean, they did beat Duke, but Duke was also kind of struggling there. Then they proceeded to lose
Yeah,
to
that
Georgia
one
by 14.
that one doesn't count.
35 to Cincy and 3 to UMass Lowell, all at home. Now this is a neutral. Kind of like UMass here too. Like I think they're gonna handle them. Yeah, I mean you got 6'10" down low. Matt Cross has been pretty good for him too, also this year. Granted, this is it's in Hawaii. Why is it Hawaii? It just
I
doesn't
don't know.
make
That
sense.
kind of rocks. So I wish
Oh,
I
it's
was on
awesome, but
these
like
games.
why?
No, I don't know. It's just so. I mean, I'm sure they weren't complaining.
No,
Like where they're going on Christmas break.
no, yeah. Like, oh, we're going to Hawaii. All right, I can deal with this.
Yep.
I mean, they've got guys that can hoop. They're making, other than free throws, like they've been a pretty solid team overall. Playing fast, forcing teams, not giving up free buckets to teams. They're just kind of making them use the clock a little bit here. Georgia Tech's, like I said, they can't really shoot the ball, so they're going to try to rely on defense. Massachusetts, they can rebound. They can shoot. They like to score interior. They play a phenomenal inside defense. So if you're going to play inside out and force Georgia Tech to shoot mid range and 3-point shots, it's going to get ugly fast. Give me UMass here. I'm actually going to lock that up right now. -1. Give me that. Give me
I'm with
that.
You. I assume I have a little something on UMass -1.
Yeah,
it sounds like it might be more than a little something.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
I'm with you guys.
something.
I saw this game too, and I think UMass offense has been clicking. They're really like able to score the ball. I put up 87 on West Virginia and 91 on UMass Lowell, like you mentioned, who I think is actually like a pretty decent team. Yeah, I don't really know how, like you said, if UMass's defense is forcing Georgia Tech to shoot mid-rangers, 3-pointers, like I don't see how they're gonna really be able to keep up. They struggle offensively, and coming off that OT game against Penn State, might see some tired legs, and it is a big win for them. I mean, Penn State, not the best team, but it's still a big win. Yeah, and they had a bit of a rough stretch, obviously Alabama, A&M in between the Duke, Georgia, and Penn State games, but I mean that's a bit of a rough schedule for them to then fly to Hawaii and then play UMass team who's kind of clicking. So I'm with you guys. I like UMass. It'll be on the card.
Perfect. Yeah, we'll lock that up. I just saw that Villanova Creighton went to overtime.
Did you have the under?
116. Yeah, I got under 142.5. We're at 116. All right, as long as we're not doing double, we should be all right.
Jesus Christ, OT literally 116. Holy fuck!
Both teams scored 34 in one half and 24 in the other.
Wow,
beautiful. North Carolina's up 7 now with 1:15 left in Oklahoma. I'm glad I laid off Oklahoma. I know I liked Oklahoma. Rob was in the chat last night. I think he was on North Carolina, if I do remember right. But yeah, I'm glad I laid that off. I mean, Oklahoma was due a loss, so let's be honest, and it was damn near a home game for North Carolina tonight.
Yeah, I hate that I kind of let my morals get in the way on some of these games because I honestly really liked UNC too, but fuck, I can't be caught rooting for them to win a game, especially a big game. But I mean, they're man. Yeah, they're good, man. They're looking pretty good.
Yeah, they're figuring it out. I mean, I bet I also was a little salty. I had North Carolina against Kentucky last game, and then they just shit the bed at the end. And then the last play where Cormac Ryan's not even paying attention, bounces.
Oh my god, dude! I saw
what are you doing, dude? It's the last 4 seconds, 5 seconds left. Like, pay attention. Like, come on.
Yeah, he's a fucking bum. He's an old man too. He's got to be better than that. How old is he?
6th year. Like he did. I know he did a minimum of 4. Like. I think he did 5 at Notre Dame.
Thank God he left Notre Dame when he did, eh? Yeah, he's 25.
He's 25, so yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
Attaboy, Ryan. Man. I love college.
All right. I locked up UMass. It is officially locked.
I got that in there, too. Un unito.
Yep.
All right. Texas State, Houston. Is that tickle your fancy at all? I mean, I don't want to be fading Houston at all, even if they are laying 27. They could hold Texas State to 40 points if they wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, last time I watched Texas State was when they dropped a 50 burger on Sam Houston in the second half. So I don't know. What's the spread there?
It's got to be like 27.5, and it's juiced to 27. Yeah. Sorry, and it's juiced to Houston, so it's about to pop even higher.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, being on the other side of Houston is like, I never want to be on the other side of them because, like you said, I wouldn't be surprised if we look at that final score and it's 75 to like 35. Like their defense is just super good. I probably won't take either side in it because I mean, 27 points is a ton of points, but I'm definitely not going to be on the other side of Houston. I'm not trying to get in front of that train, so stay away from me.
Yep. Yeah, no, I ain't touching it. Just I saw it. Even you can give me 30 points on 35. I'm still not touching it.
Nope.
What do we got? Kent State is at Oregon. Oregon coming off the beatdown from Syracuse. They also don't have Biddle or N'Faly Dante either. They're both hurt. So they're running Mohamedo Diawara, Kwame Evans down low, and then their forwards 6'5" Tracy, 6'4" Cassard that they rotate, 6'3" guard. They don't have any height, and if I remember, nope, wrong team. They got 6'9" down low, 6'8", 6'7". So about the same height, so not really any height advantage there. But I don't want to really back Oregon. They've kind of looked all over the place right now, and the fact that they have lost both of their middle big men down low. Kent State is coming to town. Kent State doesn't play. Kent State might actually even stay on the West Coast here. They got St. Mary's on Friday, so I doubt that they're going to be flying back to Kentucky and then right back to the West Coast. So they'll probably be hanging out there. But Oregon, I'm not sure I trust them right now. Just losing the two big men, they've just looked kind of rough. I mean, you beat Cal Baptist, whoop-de-doo, UTEP, but that Michigan game that went to overtime, they won because Dougie McDaniels dribbled it off his leg. He was so hot that game is probably going to drain a 3 and force another overtime. But they just against Syracuse, they just looked awful. They couldn't hit anything. They weren't rebounding. Their defense was awful. I would actually lean Kent State here. Kent State, they can shoot the ball. I mean, they're shooting 75% from the free throw line, 52% interior. They're grabbing offensive boards, but they're turning it over. That's another issue. Oregon likes to force turnovers too, so that could be an issue. But it's just this kind of comes down to motivation factor for me with Oregon.
Yeah, exactly like Rob said. Kent State's the only team that put the fear of God in JMU. I still wake up with nightmares about that fucking game. But yeah, I'm kind of with you guys. Like, I really don't feel confident laying points with Oregon in their current state without those two guys. Like you said, they've looked really bad without them. For me, I think the play here is either Kent State. I kind of don't mind taking the over. Like, I think obviously both teams don't play super fast, but Kent State's averaging 85 points per game. And I think Oregon will be able to, like, I don't think Kent State's going to blow them out by any means. Like, I don't think they're going to get a huge, 10, 15-point win or something like that. I think Oregon's going to be able to stay within, a couple possessions of them, if anything. So I do kind of lean the over in this. It's 145.5, which honestly seems a bit low. Like you said, they can say if they're turning the ball over, Oregon's going to get some extra opportunities to score. Oregon's D isn't holding teams long in the shot clock. They're getting shots up fast and getting, extra possessions that way. So it's probably an overplay for me. Honestly, I do kind of like that look. I think with Oregon also averaging, 79 points per game, they can shoot three still. They're going to make their shots. Yeah, I think 145.5 probably my play in this one.
Yeah, 100%. And Kent State can't defend the three. They're allowing 37.5%, 333rd in the country. Oregon's shooting 36% roughly from threes. So if they decide they're just gonna start shooting threes and they're falling, this could easily fly over just because of the lack of defense that Kent State will put outside. And then they will have a little interior advantage with what's his nuts, Mohamed Diawara. He's 6'10", so Kent State's. I mean, it's only about an inch, 2 inches, but still got that advantage there. Down low, if they want to start packing them outside in the three and playing defense, well, we're just going to throw it into the bigger dude down low. So, yeah, I don't hate that. I think over is probably a good look. Both teams, they don't hate playing fast either. Teams are getting shots up fast on their defense also. So
Oregon's not super reliant to shoot a ton of threes. They're averaging 21 attempts a game. But then that you might see that number get bumped up a bit here. Like you said, with Kent being so bad at defending the three, they might look to at least put up a couple more and probably see them fall. So I think it'll be a high scoring affair. I think we could get like a 70-76 type of game either way. So I do like the points with Kent, but I just like the over a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm with you. If I was gonna play that, I'd be playing the over too. Seems like it's gonna be mid-70s game for both teams at least. So
I'd honestly kind of be shocked if like either team held the other to like below 70 points.
Yeah, Oregon's defense looked putrid against Syracuse. I mean,
they give up what, 84? Yeah,
84 on a neutral. Yeah. Granted, it's Syracuse. They got better athletes than Kent State, but still, Kent State can score the ball.
Kent State has some dogs though, man. Like Sullinger, Sullinger can let it rip from three when he's on. But yeah, of course, like that, difference between Kent and Syracuse is there, but Kent State definitely has some dogs for sure.
Yeah, no, not denying that whatsoever at all.
Chris Payton down low too in that JMU game that Rob was talking about earlier. Holy fuck, man, he was the only thing that was keeping us alive in that Kent State game.
Yeah, 25 points, 17 boards. Holy
dude,
shit.
He was eating that game.
Damn, he just had 20 boards last game against Cleveland State.
Beast, man, he's good. I really like him.
Or 6'7" playing center. God, he's like this team's kind of like a mini Miami. It's just like, who gives a shit? Just put everybody in a spot and let's go play.
If he can just keep his ass out of foul trouble and play like a majority of the minutes, like if he's giving us 31, 32 minutes, like I really like him being on the floor, obviously. But he's gotten into some foul trouble. Like he fouled out against JMU. He had 4 in a couple games. So if we can keep him on the court, then I think Kent State is definitely live.
7 points too. Or no, that's Oregon State. Wrong game. 6.5. So same thing.
Yeah, 6.5.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Like, the dog and the over in that one. I think it's gonna be some points, and I think Kent State's probably live in this one.
Yep, I agree.
All right. Go back to this. All right. Wilmington. Who's Wilmington? They're at Marshall. Well, that could be a good game here. Wilmington headed to Marshall. Mm-hmm. Wilmington beat Georgia. They only beat Georgia Southern by 5. It was on the road, but still, you beat them by 5 after you put up 120. They won by 70 against Montreat. So those poor guys.
Yep.
Yeah. Marshall been a little rough.
Yeah, there's a lot of red on their like match history here. Obviously, getting some, beating FIU, beating Queens, beating Ohio, and Greensboro too. Like, those are some middle of the pack teams, but they've been kind of getting bullied against some of the, better teams like Utah State, like Kentucky, obviously Duquesne, Toledo. They kept it close with Toledo though. That game is really good, down to the wire, 88-87. Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't hate it. I mean, they beat UNCG, but UNCG's kind of slipped up a little bit here.
Definitely, yeah.
2-point overtime win against Eastern Kentucky at home. They beat Elon by 9. Lost to Marshall and High Point. So, give me if I was to play in this one, definitely Wilmington. What's that spread? I'm just busy looking at KenPom.
I don't see it on
1.5. Wilmington's favored 1.5 on the road. Over under 151.5 here. I mean, Wilmington's not turning it over. And Marshall's not really. Marshall's not excelling at anywhere specific.
No, like I definitely don't have my eyes on Marshall. Like they're definitely not popping out for me to like want to bet them. I think I just have PTSD because the only time that I've backed Wilmington all year was in that App State game on that neutral, and they got fucking mopped by 30 points. So I just got to get that out of my mind. I do think Wilmington is obviously the better team, but we could see some, we'll see how the pace goes with Marshall being so fast and Wilmington being really, really slow. But yeah, I definitely like a short spread. Wilmington is probably the play. Like I won't be betting Marshall. It's either Wilmington or nothing.
Word. I mean, and the total being 151.5, kind of telling you how the books think this game is going to go. It's going to be Marshall's going to kind of get their style of game, which is going to obviously benefit them. And I mean, think about it. I mean, people are going to see Wilmington. They're going to remember they beat Kentucky. I'm going to take them to beat Marshall. So, I mean, this could kind of be a little bit of a trappy spot. Marshall is home too. Tough place to play at times. Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably lean Marshall in this one. Don't have to go anywhere. They're going to be home for Saturday, December 30th game. You're going to get Wilmington coming in that beat Kentucky. You can beat them, kind of show people who you are. Yeah, I actually like Marshall in this one. I'm starting to like them. They don't do anything great, but why is the spread only 1.5? I mean,
yep.
Wilmington, Wilmington beat Kentucky, and now they're only going to lay 1.5 against a Marshall team. Kind of stinky.
Definitely a little stinky for sure. Yeah, this one probably won't end up on my actual card, but too stinky for me. Doesn't make sense.
100%.
This Alabama-Arizona game is fucking disgusting, man.
Oh, man, I got my eyes on this Villanova game. It was a 1-point game, and now they just hit a 3. Man, if we get double overtime, I'm going to be in shambles.
Did you have Bama team total over or Zona team
over Bama over 83.5?
Okay, well, luckily they're the team that's scoring some points at least. It's fucking 9-4, 6 minutes in.
Shit. That's not good.
173.5 ain't looking so good.
No, 9 points in 6 minutes is not good for my total either. But
no.
Anyway, seeing what else we got on here. Wichita State, Kansas State. Oh, interstate rivalry here. What do we got? Kansas State's and this is everyone's last game till Christmas, but this is also on a neutral. Where? The T-Mobile Center in Kansas City.
Yeah, in Kansas City.
Kind of like a pseudo home game for both teams here.
Yep.
Oh, thank God.
I haven't paid like much attention to Wichita at all this year so far. I feel like I haven't watched like a single second of them.
I actually haven't seen them either. I've seen the scores running through, but I haven't actually watched them play yet. But
me neither.
17-point loss to Liberty on a neutral, 10 to Missouri, and 10 to South Dakota State. 12-point win over Richmond. 19 over St. Louis on a neutral. They beat Friends by 40.
Dude, these D2 school names are so fucking awesome.
Do you see the Mississippi School of the Women played like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, they played Moorhead, I think, or something. Yeah.
I don't know. I saw it. I was like, what? Oh, he did not just miss his free throws. Oh, dude. Oh.
Is it tied up right now?
Oh, 2-point lead. Oh. Villanova missed their free throws, bruh. Belmont screwed me tonight too because they missed
they front end of 1-on-1s. I'm sick, man. Seattle's blowing this fucking game against Louisiana Tech too.
All right.
But yeah, I don't know. I like I said, I haven't watched really much of them at all. But Kansas State is coming off that thumping from Nebraska by 16 at home. So I have a feeling that they're going to want to come out and get a win before they go on break. Yeah. But the spread is 6 points.
Really?
Seems like a bit hefty with a Wichita State team that seems like a pretty competent, good team. I mean, like you said, they have win over Lipscomb, which I think is an actual pretty good team. St. Louis hasn't looked the best, but still a 19-point win. Richmond, like you said, backed them a couple times this year so far. They're not bad. And beating the Salukis by 1, whatever. So I think Southern Illinois actually is a pretty decent team as well. Obviously, K-State is going to have a lot of the advantages athletically and, skill-wise, just player to player. But 6 points is a lot of points.
Yeah, especially interstate rivalry, too.
Yeah, I don't know what I feel about this game.
I mean, Kansas State's kind of been – they've gotten some wins, but they've kind of been, suspect. Oral Roberts, they won in overtime. North Alabama, they won in overtime.
Villanova. 3 OTs.
Yeah, they played 4 total.
Yeah, 3 in a row, yeah.
Yeah, a while. And then congrats, you beat LSU. And then Nebraska, they lost. And Nebraska's low-key. I think they're a little better than people think. They won by 15 tonight, so they didn't cover, but still they didn't just have a sleep game and let them in. So yeah, I don't know. If I had to lean this one, I'm also Kansas State, but this is also Paul Mills' first year here at Wichita State after coming from Oral Roberts there. He wasn't that good, and then you can tell when he got Asmus and Vanover in here, 18-11, 19-12, 30-5 last year.
Right.
And so he's upgraded. So is he going to really be ready for this game? Tang and the Cats are going to be, I would imagine, kind of ready. This is a pseudo home game. It's in Missouri anyway. they can't really shoot threes. That's a problem. But they defend the shit out of the paint and force you to shoot outside. And Wichita State, 31.9%, 70% free throws, not forcing turnovers at all, which is going to help Kansas State because Kansas State can't hang on to the ball. So we'll see what Levy breaks there. But if I had to lean somewhere, I'd probably lean Kansas State. But I don't know about 6.5 is a lot of points.
Yeah, I'm with you. I just think that I think Tang will get the boys up after that beat down by Nebraska. Like, I don't know how you could come out after getting scoring 46, and then going to, like you said, play, not home, but your fans are going to be there. They're going to come to this game. You can't come out and just draw another dud against the Wichita State team who you should beat. So it's just, will they get the cover of 6? I lean that way. Will it end up on the card? I'm not totally sure. We'll see where the number moves to, later tonight or tomorrow morning. Obviously, I think if it drops, I'll hop on them. But anything more than 6, I'm definitely not going to play.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, if it tips down to 5.5, maybe I'll look at it. But this is not something that's really piquing my interest a ton that I have to bet on here.
No, me neither.
Let's go Stanford at San Diego State tomorrow. Also, that should be a good one.
Yep.
Stanford lost some guys, but they got Michael Jones can ball. Stojakovic, Peja's kid, he's been all right. Reno has been pretty solid for them also. Grabbing boards. He's a board machine for him.
Mm-hmm.
San Diego State, they've been actually offensively better this year. They've been pushing a little more. I know they've had a couple of games where they've looked like them old selves, but put up 88 on Long Beach, 83 on Fullerton, 80 on St. Mary's, 100 in overtime on Washington. And then they followed up with a 63 on San Diego, Irvine 63. So they've kind of been a little all over, but Stanford, I don't know how much they're really going to get up for this Stanford game. It's actually semi-close. It is in San Diego State also, but Stanford, their defense kind of struggles a little bit from 3-point land. San Diego State doesn't mind shooting the threes. They love getting to the line. Stanford doesn't allow many free throws, so I think what was the spread here?
Probably 7.5, 8.5.
Stanford.
8
points. It feels in a 145 total. I actually don't hate that over, to be honest, really. Stanford can score the ball. Put up 82, 88, 73, 78 on Michigan, 74 on Arkansas. I think they'll be able to score, and neither defense has really been eye-popping 100%. San Diego State still has shown that they get let up on defense a little bit, but nothing's really crazy catching my eye in this game, to be honest.
Yeah, the only thing is, obviously, game right before break, and then San Diego State has Gonzaga on deck right after. So it's, do they want to, come out, get a big dub, go on break, and then, get a little bit of rest before Gonzaga, or do they just want to get this game fucking over with so they can really, get that rest and then prepare for Zags? I don't know. 8.5. I kind of lean with San Diego State being at home, but Stanford can definitely, get on the scoreboard, like shooting threes, shooting interior. Like, this offense is clicking and they play really fast. So I don't hate the over, like you said. I think San Diego State has picked it up a little bit from last year in terms of pace. And I think Stanford's going to be able to score as good as San Diego State's defense is. Like, I can see Stanford getting into the low 70s. So if we assume that State's going to win, even if it's by 4 or 5, if Stanford gives us the 72 we need, then I think the over will hit. So probably stay away from the spread, and again, just play the total for me. But I guess I lean San Diego State.
Yeah. I don't know. Nothing's really catching my eye. I don't know if I want to lay 8 with San Diego State personally.
Yeah, exactly.
They've been all over. Like, they can put up 90 points or they'll put up 65. Like, there's kind of no in between with them. So
yeah.
Personally,
I think that with Irvine was weird too. Irvine is a good team, so I just surprised they only put up 63. Oh yeah.
Damn, Bama is 4 of 20 from the floor, 1 of 13 from 3-point land. Good God.
Yep.
Hey, there's a dunk. Look what happens when you don't shoot the 3 ball every time.
You know, Nate
Yeah.
Oates, man, he doesn't want him shooting mid rangers.
Yeah, it's the worst shot ever. Fuck out of here.
I kind of agree with it.
I mean, to an extent, what really annoys me when you take like a 28-foot mid range when you just take a step in from the 3-point line. It's like, nah, okay, you might as well just shoot the 3 ball at that point. Like, but if you're gonna take a 20-footer,
yeah, I feel like unless you're wide open, like his philosophy isn't like super stupid. Like obviously there's scenarios where shooting a mid ranger isn't dumb, but for the most part, I actually do unfortunately kind of agree with him. That's just how Alabama plays.
Yeah. Yep. It's this game is not pretty. Hopefully we get triple overtime to get to where we need to on this one.
I'm not like super worried. Like,
oh yeah, they can both erupt like at any time.
I could see literally you had them getting like 90, 95 in the second half. Like obviously that's like sounds insane, but it's not like impossible.
No. Yeah, they both could score 45 each. Like,
yeah, that's what I mean. Problem. Like if they get us like 85 in this first half somehow, obviously they were only at 30. So it's probably not gonna happen. If we get to 80, maybe. Like it's not in the ground dead, but we're starting to dig the hole for sure.
Yeah, buckets are starting to come here. I just saw 2 in the last 30 seconds, so it's a record for this game.
Yeah.
Who else we got on the board? Just kind of scrolling down here.
There's some good ones. Like Boise State, Washington State is kind of a good game.
That's that one. Where's that?
I'll
find it. Boise. Oh, it's on the top of the sheet.
Yep. Boise State was kind of like I think I was a slut for Mountain West teams, especially at home last year. I think like Mountain West home records last year were just insane. The percentage that they would just win outright. So Boise State obviously fell into that category with like Degenhart down low, like getting 1 million boards a game. Max Rice, I think. I don't know. I can't remember who I was talking to. Max Rice had like an absolute legacy game, one game last year, like just like scored like I feel like he scored like
against New
points.
Mexico.
Yeah, was that it?
30. He had 30 points, 5 of 10 from 3, 7 of 8 at the line, 7 boards, 2 assists.
Yep, he had an absolute legacy. So I'm kind of like biased towards Boise State. I hope they're good just because they made me a lot of money last year. But this is definitely a good game with Washington State. This is also a neutral court game in
it's semi-away. Spokane.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so it's Washington State, I guess.
Why is this a semi-away game then if this is not even the same state?
Because Wazoo.
Oh, Wazoo. Okay. Oh, semi-away, dummy. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, semi-away for Boise. Yeah. What is this? Oh, what's the spread on this? I closed DraftKings like a moron. Do you have it?
Boise.
I feel like
offshore it is Boise 1-point dog.
Boise's a 1-point dog?
Yep. ODU's down to 14.5 now. Starting to fall.
Huh.
Really? I don't know. Boise, I don't know. This is you get a back. Who's going to actually show up? It's Washington State basketball. It's not like it's a powerhouse brand that they're going to get a ton of people in here for. But Washington State's defense is legit. But
yeah, they have looked really good.
You lost to 128 Santa Clara by 8, and then you lost to Mississippi State by 12, both on a neutral. Otherwise, they have not left home. So this is another neutral. But you beat Idaho, Prairie View, Rhode Island, Utah Tech, Portland State, Riverside, Grambling. These aren't crazy impressive wins. So these defensive numbers are definitely skewed a little bit.
I was just gonna say we got to look at like strength of schedule here because like
Boise.
Yeah, Boise has played some tough games, man.
They're just getting to their cakewalks now. The last 3 they had a D2, then Northwestern State and Cal State. And Fullerton's a respectable team to an extent.
But like in the beginning of the season, they played D2, and then they went right into San Fran, Clemson, Virginia Tech, VCU, Butler, St. Mary's, and then North Texas. Like they had a brutal way to open the season. So like you said, their numbers are also going to be a bit skewed, probably a bit negatively, playing like teams like Clemson, who obviously is kind of a wagon. Virginia Tech, definitely a good opponent. VCU, middle of the road, whatever. Butler, St. Mary's, North Texas, though. These are good teams that they started the season off with. So I think we'll see. I kind of like Boise as a dog. Like you said, these Washington State numbers are super skewed. Like they haven't played anyone minus Mississippi State. Like, yeah, Santa Clara is fine. But I think Boise State is definitely steps ahead of Santa Clara. and they lost both of those games anyway. Like they lost by 8 and they lost by 12. So like, yeah, I don't know how you can tout beating, Eastern Washington, Portland State, like rambling like these just shitholes. So I kind of like Boise.
Yeah.
I'm trying to check injury report right now because I see there's 2 guys out for Wazoo. I just don't know who they are.
I'm not sure if you're aware of this guy. ESPN said to keep an eye on these players. Tyson Dagenhart. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him. ESPN has just now figured out.
Oh, I'm glad ESPN has finally figured out the guy getting fucking 12 boards a game.
Tucker DeVries, Isaiah Stevens, Tyson Dagenhart, guys to watch.
If you guys haven't heard of these fucking guys that have been putting up absolute insane numbers for their teams for the last 2 years, now's the time to lock in.
Pay attention.
They've all been on the same team for the last 2 seasons minimum.
Yeah, they haven't moved. DeVries is a coach's kid too. Like you'd think ESPN would. That's their wet dream.
Idiots.
Yeah, I mean Boise catch them one. I mean, doesn't stink a little bit, but so did Memphis the other night. Was that 2 against UVA? I kind of fell for it. I thought UVA with that low total was going to get their style of game. Other than that early run back, they were down. I think almost all that second half by double digits. So, I think Boise State's the play here. I mean, it's a little bit of a travel spot for them, but they'll be back home after, and they're not leaving because they have Utah Valley on next Friday. So, I'd actually Boise State. You kind of got to go with this. I mean, if we lose, we lose. Then somehow Washington State has stepped up. But when they've done that to anybody inside the 150 KenPom, they've gotten blasted by double digits damn near.
Yeah,
each one.
So there's only one like notable, I guess, in quotes, injury for both teams. It's the Yusufu for Wazoo. He plays 25 minutes a game, 6 points, 2 boards, 2 assists. So it's not like a major player, but he's given 25 minutes a game in those 6 games that he's played. So he's definitely in the rotation. But yeah, I kind of like Boise. Like you said, I think these numbers are just super skewed based off of who Wazoo's playing. I think I'm gonna have to bet Boise.
Yeah.
Away from home is a little scary, but it's all right.
But again, it's Washington State, who's showing up for this game. It's not like it's Washington versus UConn on a neutral here, like Washington State or anything. It's Boise State, other than the blue football field that people really know about Boise State that aren't in the basketball world much.
I don't know. Rob knows who Yusufu is. He's at Drake last year. Is that who he's with? That name is super familiar. I knew it must have came from somewhere.
I've heard it. I've watched him. I couldn't remember who he played for last year. Felt like 20 years ago at this point.
Am I tripping? Oh, he was on Kansas last year.
Was that it? Yusufu?
Yeah. Unless he's moving around a bunch, but he was on Kansas last year. Now he's on Wazoo. I know I might have put words in Rob's mouth. He just said love the metric. He might have been there a couple of years ago.
2-time transfer.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yep, there you go. Sorry, I didn't mean to put words in your mouth. Yeah, he was at Kansas last year. He's just jumping around, but I mean, clearly he's like a solid player going from, Drake and went to Kansas, and then a little downgrade a little to Wazoo. But regardless, that's the only like key injury. I don't know. I kind of like Boise State. I think that will end up on the card.
More than likely, I will too. I mean, you just kind of got to go with it. Books haven't been incredibly sharp either this year. Kind of getting on our own heads a little bit, thinking something stinks when it's reality. Just books are just dumb right now. More focused on the NBA and bowl games and NFL and shit right now. So just kind of got to go with the gut. And Gus tell me Boise State is going to roll these guys.
I'm going to lock it. I'm just going to die on Boise State. Fuck it.
KenPom's this is a 3-point win for Wazoo.
Yeah, I'm looking at some other.
It might be maybe they're factoring in quote unquote home court with it being in interstate a little bit.
Yeah, I'm looking at some other models as well. Like I said, I look at Bartorvik, Hasla, and then obviously G Unit's sheet. And take with it what you will. Not obviously these guys they're just models. They're going to be wrong sometimes, but Hasla and G Unit have Wazoo favored, but Bartorvik has it as a 1-point win for Boise. So I think with what I see and what we're talking about, I think Boise's the better team. So I'm just going to die with the better team. I don't care. Yeah, fuck it.
I'm with you. Yeah. Let's see what else is popping on the slate here. St. Mary's again. They're laying 15.5 again against the North Kentucky team. I'm not really too excited to be back in St. Mary's this year. I kind of got to see them do it again. They're supposed to have a nice little chance for the WCC this year, and they kind of fumbled it up. Gonzaga's looked good, but they haven't looked like an elite Gonzaga team as of past. So St. Mary's has kind of got to figure this out, or they're gonna probably lose one of their better chances to win this conference.
Yeah, anytime I see St. Mary's, I'm not running to the book to lock in a bet on them. They just like haven't looked like the St. Mary's that we've seen the last couple of years. We've been on bad ends of them, we've been on good ends of them, but like nothing really jumps out for me. Like you said, I kind of have to see them do it first before I'm like really running to put my money on them. So definitely like keep an eye on this team, because if they catch, if they find their rhythm that they, have been in the last couple of years, like definitely watch out for them. But up until then, like it's just a team that I'm not really willing to put my my money on.
I'm with you 100% there. I'm not gonna have anything in this game. I guess the last game for me that's really kind of caught my eye is the Hofstra at UNLV. Hofstra is catching. I just had it. Come on. Damn. Yeah, there it is. Hofstra's catching 4.5. Over under is 141 here. Hofstra, one of the best shooting teams in the country, but UNLV not great defensively. UNLV allowing 35% from three. They're allowing teams to grab 35.3% offensive boards on defense. Offense, they're only grabbing 26%, with 275 in the country. So they're not grabbing boards. Neither is Hofstra. But Hofstra has a 6-footer, a 6'10", 7-footer down low that they can run out there. And I mean, all you gotta do is just put your arms up, guys. Like, you're gonna have the height advantage over a 6'9" and 6'6" forward that are playing. They got a 6'11" center that splits the minutes too, but Hofstra has looked pretty good. They kind of fumbled that game away from Duke. They were up on Duke, and they were giving Duke a game until the final, I don't know, 8 minutes or so, and it kind of just fell apart for them. In St. Louis, they hung in there for 3. Princeton, they only lost by 7. So I mean, UNLV, this will be in Vegas, but UNLV, they've got Mount Carroll next, whoever. So not really look ahead there. They don't have to leave home. But this Hofstra team I've just been impressed with how they played. I mean, they're shooting 80% free throws, 56% inside the arc, only allowing 45% inside. That's going to force UNLV to kind of shoot some mid ranges and outside shots, and that's not where they want to play. But I mean, they can make shots if need be. But this Hofstra team, I like their offense more. I think offense is gonna pull out here. Neither team has got great defense. 230th in the country effective field goal for UNLV also, and there's really no like home court here either. It's Vegas. Nobody. They don't have any like diehard fans or anything. It's Vegas. It's a lot of travel, a lot of in and out people. So I kind of like Hofstra here, catch them 4.5. I think they're probably out live to win this game. It's just, you're gonna come down to a game late for UNLV, and if it gets down to the foul game for UNLV, they're shooting 72% versus 80. So I trust the free throw team, shooting team.
Yeah. The UNLV team has been like, I don't know, this is scary for me. Like you said, Hofstra has looked really good offensively, but again, besides like Duke and Princeton, they have played like nobody. So a little bit skewed, maybe. And this UNLV team has proven that they can play with these big teams. Like obviously going to double OT with St. Mary's, yeah, they lost, but then that was coming off of a big win against Creighton. So I guess I don't blame them for falling a little bit short there. They suck in with Marymount for what it's worth. They've had a bit of a tough schedule too, scheduling some, big teams, but yeah, 4 is a lot of points for Hofstra's offense, who is clicking definitely very well. Obviously where they struggle, like you said, is 3-point defense, but UNLV isn't going to look to just start ripping it from deep. So yeah, I don't hate catching the 4 points with Hofstra. I really haven't seen too much of them either, minus the Duke game. So my eyes haven't been like too locked in on them. Obviously UNLV a bit more because they've had some bigger games, but I see you can make an argument for either one. I kind of lean Hofstra with you though.
Yeah. Speedy Claxton's gonna have these boys ready. I mean, he's a good coach. Like you said, yeah, UNLV's played some good teams. They beat Creighton by 15 on a neutral. Richmond, they lost by 17 though. Florida State 8. So I mean, other than that Creighton game, they played tough against St. Mary's, but then again, it's another team that we're not too high on this year. They've been, at best they've been semi-mediocre. I mean, they got a big win against Colorado State. Other than that, New Mexico earlier in the year. Otherwise, they've lost to Boise, Weber State. That Weber State game was absurd. I had St. Mary's. That was the last time I actually bet St. Mary's. They were up like 15 points and they blew a 15-point lead in about 4 minutes, and then they lost the game by 4. It was one of the most mind-boggling things I've ever seen from a Randy Bennett team. Like, they just collapsed. They couldn't play defense. They couldn't get a bucket. They couldn't do anything right. And they skidded. Beat Davidson, skidded again. Now they're starting to find themselves a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. This Hofstra team, some tells me just back the better shooting free throw team. They can make their shots if they need to. They're not grabbing rebounds, but neither is UNLV. So it's going to kind of be a wash for both teams here. The thing I'm a little worried about is Hofstra with their not Hofstra. UNLV can hang on to the ball too, so they're not going to give them any extra possessions really off of steals or bad passes or anything like that. I think it'll be a tight game. I think 4.5. I would play Hofstra. Maybe it'll go up. But if it got any lower, like within 3 or less, I'd probably buy UNLV just to win by a possession. But I kind of lean Hofstra here. They can shoot free throws and they can make them 80% as a team is solid. That's top 5 in the country.
Yeah, those are. I mean, fuck. If Belmont could hit 80%, we would have won some money tonight. So, yeah, and in short spreads like this, like that's definitely a huge factor. Is how often you get to the line and if you're making those fucking free throws when you get there. So definitely shooting 80% is a stat you love to see. So yeah, I'm with you on Hofstra.
So yeah, we'll see if I'm gonna probably fire on that tomorrow. It's just sitting 4.10 or 4.5 at -110 right now. So yeah, we'll see if I can get a bigger number, or maybe it'll just crash down to 3 and then buy back on UNLV from there.
Sure. We can talk about Rob. Rob said one of his biggest one tomorrow is Bradley -11 versus SIU. Yes, one of the best home courts in college basketball. Yeah, Bradley is fucking. This team too is just like hard for me to figure out. I feel like I've bet against them or with them like 3 times in their last like 5 games. They're obviously on a fat loss streak here. But I mean, me and Rob last year at the end of conference tourney play, we were kind of locked into this Bradley team and this conference. So obviously a very good team. And being at home, they were going back and forth, away, home, away, and then neutral against Duquesne. They got the cover against Duquesne the other day, but they hooked me, which was awesome. But yeah, I mean, Bradley, obviously a very talented team. I think SIU, Edwardsville has, been a little scrappy in some of these games, but I'm kind of with Rob. I don't like 11 points at home for Bradley against a inferior team by a large margin. Like Bradley should be able to get another win in the win column here after this loss streak that they've had. So I'm with Rob.
Yeah, and just looking at Edwardsville here, anybody inside of 300 KenPom or 200 KenPom, they've just gotten railed. Dayton blew them by 17, Missouri by 18, South Alabama by 12. Troy beat them by 23. Ball State by 12. I mean, this is just a team that can't hang on the road at all. Actually, every single one of their losses has been on a road game. They've got 2 neutral wins, but all of those games have been losses, and now by a significant margin. Now Bradley, going to Bradley to play. That spells trouble, and Bradley is in need of a win here, coming off of 5 straight losses. But Indiana State, that's no slouch. Akron, Duquesne, Cleveland State's a scrappy bunch. Murray State, Murray State's a little questionable there, but I like that 11, and I think it's 11.5 now. I saw, but I would lay that. SIU Edwardsville has gotten absolutely drilled by anybody inside of KenPom 220. And this is also on the road and versus a desperate team in need of a win. So I'm actually with Rob. I like that 11.5 a lot. This is a good spot for him.
Yeah, I'm with them. I think this is where they get that bounce back after their loss streak. And like you said, those teams that have been included in this loss streak are like legit no slouches. Like you said, Sycamores, Indiana State, we fucking love them. They're really good. Akron, Duquesne, Cleveland State, like definitely teams that can get wins over some better competition. So it's like they haven't had like super bad losses. It's just been so many in a row. But they're gonna definitely want to get a dub before heading on break and going 100%. Home. So I'm with it. I like the -11.
I mean, Indiana State, they only lost by 8. Duquesne was a 2-point game. Akron beat them by 15, but that was on the road. So, I mean, kept it within 10 to Indiana State at your home court. Duquesne, neutral, you lost by 2. Now you're going to come home against a god-awful road team that lost by 12 at South Alabama. If Bradley can't get it done by 12 here, then we got some problems with Bradley then, but like Rob said, this place gets popping, gets jumping. Will the students be there? I don't know, but regardless, I don't care. This is a team, an SIU team that's just gotten nailed anywhere they go, versus a team anywhere near remotely good. So
yeah, maybe they can catch some kids before they go home for
Christmas. Yeah, we're gonna go to a basketball game. There you go.
Hey,
loud as hell.
Hey, I would be there if I could be there.
Hell yeah. SIU Edwardsville too. 19.1 average possession, like 338th in the country. So if you're gonna take up all that time and you're not gonna score, and you're just gonna give the ball back to Bradley, and you're gonna struggle to score again, they're gonna find themselves getting killed by 20 points, no problem, and scoring less than 50.
Rob's right. The good thing with some of the NBC schools that they're all like towny towns. So when they're playing, it's like the fucking NBA championship. Bradley and SIU was holy shit.
I didn't know that even bit of information. Wow. Thanks for that, Rob.
So it really does get fucking popping there.
So no pressure for Peoria, Illinois here. Show up for Bradley on the 21st.
Honestly, that kind of rocks.
Yeah, I mean you gotta love it. I mean, you actually support your team. Like Belmont, we were on them tonight. That place gets crazy.
No, don't ever go to Belmont games, guys.
Oh man, that was a poor performance. I mean, as bad as they played, they should have covered that game still, which is the brutal part. Man. But
this conference is kicking my ass, dude. Everyone, even Indiana State, kicked my ass the other day. That's my fault, but I lost like 2 units on like 2 points.
Oof, that's brutal.
Yeah,
man, damn.
I love that conference though. So good, man.
Oh, Missouri Valley is gonna be fun as hell for that tournament this year. Holy shit!
I hope Indiana State. I want Indiana State to come out. I really fucking like them.
It's got to be. I mean, we're 11 games, 10 games, 12 games in the season, and they're still lighting it up. Like they're still dropping 90, no problem. I mean, you're gonna have Evansville has been a wagon this year too. I didn't back them again tonight. I think they won by like 20.
I had their team total. That was like my first win of the night.
Yeah, I regret not backing the wagon of Evansville Purple Aces like I have been, but yeah, Belmont, Illinois State, Drake, all these teams are balling. It's gonna be a great conference tournament.
The NBC tournament, like Rob said, is gonna be fucking awesome because honestly, like any of these teams, like we're talking like Belmont, Indiana State, Bradley, like any of these teams could do it. Honestly, you catch them on a bad day, like they're like Evansville could drop 80, 85 on you. Northern Iowa. Yeah, I agree. I have a Northern Iowa hat back there too. Northern Iowa plays some sound basketball, like some fundamentally good basketball.
Word.
Might have to be with their roster, what their roster is built made up of, but they do play some good basketball.
Word. Yeah, that's about all I'm really looking at for tomorrow. I'll go over what I am on. I'm officially on Niagara plus 18, and Massachusetts -1, Boise State +1, and then I'm looking at right now. I'm looking at UT Arlington. I'm probably gonna lock up Old Dominion with Rob. I like a lot of these spots for these bad teams tomorrow to show up and at least cover some of these teams. So. Yeah, Arlington plus 13.5 against Texas Tech. ODU plus 14.5 now versus TCU. Where was the other one? I lost it. Oh yeah, Marshall against Wilmington. Also, looking at that game.
Yeah, the only two I have locked up right now, like you mentioned, I'm with you guys on UMass money line. Just eating a little bit of juice there. Just gonna play it for the win. Oh my God, it's fucking Seattle, man. Seattle down 2 through an alley-oop. It just ripped off the back of the rim. It was the worst pass I've ever seen. UMass money line eating some juice. Boise State money line minus 105 right now. And the Sacred Heart is minus 3.5 at plus 100. I have a feeling it's going to drop to like 3 or 2.5 in like 10 minutes here when some people see these lines and start betting it. So I'm going to kind of wait. I think it'll fall. If I have to eat my words and get 3.5 at like minus 110 in an hour, then so be it. I'll just bet it. But it's looking like it's going to drop. So that's my morning play. Yeah, dude, me too, Rob. I'm fucking sweating Seattle. Fuck.
You know what? I will lock this because I'm a DJ. I gotta have a morning play. UT Arlington 13.5 against Texas Tech. I'm gonna play that. Like I said, look ahead spot. Arlington, best spot to go against Big Brother here, and kind of hang tough a little bit. Maybe Northern Colorado +8, but we'll see how it goes later.
Yeah, let me tell you something right now. There's not going to be a lot of work getting done at 2 p.m. tomorrow.
No.
I didn't realize that it was loaded.
Oh, yeah. It's not going to be like, oh, you got to watch a Jacksonville versus Louisiana Monroe game. You're going to have options.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's because they want to get these kids want to leave for Christmas break, if I had to guess. So they're just throwing them at 2 o'clock.
Yep. And like Rob said, if they can hit 58, they'll cover. I think they will. Texas Tech, like you said, like they blew up Vanderbilt last game.
Tech ain't putting up 80.
I don't think they really give a shit. I think it might be an 8 or 9 point win for them. I think Arlington's going to cover. It'll probably be like 72-60, something around there. Nothing. It's not going to be crazy. But yeah, this is a best spot for Arlington, kind of against Big Brother here, looking ahead to Christmas break. And not really caring too much. So, yeah, same with Northern Colorado and Niagara. Niagara's probably my favorite nasty play tomorrow, to be honest. I like them because I think they're going to drill some shots. I don't know if Syracuse is going to be up 100% for this game. Like I said, it's going to be 5 p.m. They get Christmas break after. It's just Niagara. Who cares? They'll probably win by 12 or 13. Niagara hangs in because they can make 10 3 balls. They're just jacking them up and they're going to drill them. So that's where I'm liking tomorrow for now. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm definitely going to probably be locking up more. This Hofstra game is looking at me. Kansas State, Wichita State's looking at me. I mean, shit, if I wanted to, I'll just lock this whole board. Why not? Let's get crazy. Just throw halfies on everything and let's just go nuts.
Just pull a Mac and have a fucking 38 play card. And he tweets this tally site card. It's a fucking novel.
It's so funny. It's like, all right, let me zoom in. What are these plays? Okay.
Literally, dude. It's awesome.
I love it. Yeah, so I mean that's all I got for me. I know you're sweating out the Seattle game. It looks like they're down 2. Come on. Let's go to overtime and make this extra sweaty for the boys. Win by 5.
They fouled him on the inbound. Fucking rats.
Foul on the inbound. Arizona and Alabama have kind of woken up a little bit.
Yeah, we got 76.
Yeah. Live total went up 6 points from where I saw it last. So that's good.
Yeah, it's not dead. It's definitely not dead.
Second half. Yeah. Second half, they're going to come alive here.
I hate rooting for Caleb Love, man. I hate that I have to just hope every 3 he shoots goes in. I hate that
boy, Caleb. Oh, he missed the throw off of him. Oh,
I hate that motherfucker, man.
There's a 3 for Arizona. Oh, wait, I'm behind. All right. Well, yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's what I got. We'll be tweeting out our cards, tonight or tomorrow, whenever we get to it, or we like what we got. Shout out everybody that's in the chat: Boyth, Cutback, Mac, Sandy Pleshkes, and Rob. Shout out Rob for being here. Pushing us into some of these games here. I know I bet Bradley with him and what was the other one?
UMass.
ODU.
Oh, and ODU.
ODU. Yeah, that's right. I was looking at ODU with him, but I did bet Bradley with him. I like that spot for him. If they can't win by 12 to SIU, who's shown they just get drilled, then it is what it is. But I'm with him on that.
Yeah, it'll be a fun day tomorrow. We got a lot of games. It'll get us through the work day, that's for damn sure.
Oh, can't wait. Yeah, Christmas time. It's getting slower at work. People
ain't no one
don't really care. I'm just gonna go sit over here in the corner, grab my phone, kick my feet up, wait for something to do. But yeah, I think tomorrow we'll all be back. I think Rahuff will be back. He was at the Pacers game tonight.
Dude, what happened? Kill myself. Seattle just can't stop fouling, man. They fouled La Tech on the inbound. They made 2 free throws, then a fucking offensive foul, gave the ball back to La Tech, and then they just fouled him on a 3. I mean, god damn it, man. I can't catch. I've been so bad these last 2 days. Holy shit. I mean, Monday was bad too. I haven't been on this week at all. Holy fuck. I'm getting murdered today. Fuck, man.
Yeah, I mean, I had a great day yesterday. Dog shit day the day before with 3 horrendous beats.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say I want that kid from Jacksonville investigated. I want him investigated.
I'm not gonna lie. I hope the NCAA. I mean, I hope they never find this. I DM'd him and said thank you. not for the dunk, but I just said that he reacted to the DM. So he didn't answer, but he reacted to it.
Yeah, that's funny. I mean, some of these kids down here at the bottom 300, 250 team, they're definitely getting a little action in or have something. They know something, because why the hell? I know it was chippy and it was a tight game, but damn, why are you dunking with 6 seconds left? Up 8. Oh, that was. I was so mad because I saw him bottom of the hoop, had the ball, he kicked it out to the 3 and started dribbling. I just shut the game off. I was like, perfect. All right, you can move on to the next one. All of a sudden, it's like, no, like my action network I loaded up later, it like reverted back to red. I was like, what in the fuck happened? I was like, no, this is a mistake. I watched him kick the ball out. Like he didn't shoot. And then I saw the video. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Travel, and then he gets the dunk. We don't say anything.
This Seattle game. Oh, I wanted to just give a shout out to Rob's Iowa Hawkeyes for I had to sprinkle that over.
How much did they score?
181, I think. Or 184. Oh, 103. I think it was 103 to 81. So it was 184.
I knew they were going to be scoring like 100, 101, but I was like, I can't actually play an over 101.5 in college. Like, you need far too much to go right.
I had to play the 177.5. I had to.
Props.
The slut for UMBC overs too. They are like 10th in pace. And I think I was like 5th or 6th or something.
Yeah.
So they didn't slow down. There was 2 minutes left. I was up by like 25, and they were still just like going for fucking like free passes down low.
UMBC is dog shit. But Rob, the refs just ejected a fan from the stands. I need to get eyes on this game. What is going on?
They might be first in pace now. Yeah, dude, that game was awesome. I mean, I can present it once we're not live.
Fair. So that's all I got right now. I'm rooting for you guys. Let's go Seattle. Let's go Red Hawks. Let's get this done.
Rats Skyhawks done.
Call them whatever. They're gonna go to overtime, make it extra sweaty for you guys.
Just win the fucking game, you bastards.
And we can say that now because they're paid, and then gamble on these games. Apparently,
I don't care if they're paid or not. Hit your fucking free throws, you rats.
That's one of my biggest pet peeves. Shit never changes from when you're a kid. Like, goddamn.
Listen, I'm glad they're getting paid, but fuck. I need to get paid too. Hit your fucking shots.
This is a two-way street here, pal.
Yeah, bro. If you're getting paid, I want you to pay me retroactively.
All you got to do is just play.
Ain't no one on Seattle getting paid. I'll tell you that.
No, yeah, maybe they're making a couple hundred.
Arizona, Alabama. Now we're talking.
Yeah. Well, great stuff, Nick. Again, thanks everybody in the chat. Rob, Pleshke's Cutback Mania, and Boyth. Appreciate you guys. Trying to leave. What happened?
La Tech missed a layup. Oh, what happened? No. They called timeout. Did Seattle call timeout? Fuck, I don't have audio. Yeah, down 2-6 things. Yeah,
I was gonna say I'm looking at the scorebook here, and 7 seconds.
We gotta just send Rob the link. We can sweat this. If it goes OT, you have to join. We'll sweat OT.
This is. I wish I had money on this game now. This is intense.
There's 6 seconds left, man. Live bet it.
It's locked up entirely on my book. Yeah, I'm gonna go to ESPN.
If it goes OT, you'll probably be able to. Fuck, man.
Oh, what channel is that on?
I have on ESPN Plus.
The hell? It's not popping up for me.
Really?
Alabama, Arizona is the only live game, apparently.
On ESPN Plus?
Yeah. You can't see it, but
if you search them, can you search like Seattle?
Oh, hold on. Let me just go to scores. I've noticed I had to do that on the ESPN app. If you just go to scores, there's everything. Yep. Boom.
Yeah, the play button will be there. Dude, I feel like they shouldn't have called timeout. Am I crazy?
Yeah, allow La Tech to set up something.
Oh, Seattle, like...
Well, they got the ball on their side of the court, though.
Yeah, La Tech missed the layup, and then Seattle got over half court, and they just called timeout.
No. Oh, we got a foul. Oh, he fouled.
Your game casting? Rat.
Oh, my God.
Who fouled?
It's La Tech.
They fouled Seattle?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
You got a white boy at the line. He's got to drill these.
Oh, fuck.
Christopoulos.
How far behind is my ESPN Plus stream?
My bad. I'll shut up.
No, you're good. Yeah, Rob, I hate this. I wish they just inbounded it for a fucking layup. I can't trust these bastards, man. Fuck. Oh, no, man.
That was...
I had to rely on Belmont for free throws. I don't want to rely on Seattle, man.
Belmont. Man, Belmont, that was fucking brutal.
Fuck, these La Tech jerseys are kind of crisp. I'm not gonna lie.
Word.
I kind of like them. Seattle's are so gross.
Yeah,
it's just white.
Talk about generic unis.
It's literally just white.
White and Seattle U across the chest.
Guy named Christopoulos. Oh, he is not
now Cam Tyson shooting?
Yeah, Tyson's shooting. Hold on. This guy, he's a baller.
Cam Tyson's him.
He hit his 400th career 3 in this game.
Damn, he went nuts last game against Washington.
1 down.
Rob, our fate is in the hands of a guy named Christopoulos.
Tyson.
This time, no Greek for you. You're getting the American. Here we go.
Oh, Rob typing is making my anxiety go crazy.
Oh, he drilled the ball. Oh, no foul. Come on, guys.
Come on.
Oh, it's basketball, baby.
Fuck, man. Come the fuck on.
Holy shit.
I love this. It's going to take 20 minutes for this 6 seconds.
Oh, my God. Fans are going nuts.
These fucking kids are wearing Santa hats in the crowd, man.
Wasted, doing duck faces, Santa hats on. Fans getting ejected. Oh, man, this game has it all. What's going on now? Are they... What now? They're talking to more fans. What's going on? This game is nuts.
You have gone full robot for me. I don't know if that's just me or what.
Oh man, I'll cut the end of that.
Your voice sounds like a legit robot. Oh, there we go.
Me?
No, you're good. Yeah, it was my internet. I think my ESPN stream just exploded.
Wow.
Fucking man,
they didn't even put any.
What happened? My stream. Oh. We're good.
Oh my God, that was horrible. No resistance all the way down the floor until the dude gets to the 3-point line.
I didn't even see it. I'm glad I didn't see it.
Oh man, they just passed it in. Holy shit.
He
missed a layup. Oh my God. Sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm scared. I'm sorry. My bad, Rob. My bad.
I'm
oh man.
I gotta see
Holy hell. And La Tech bettors are gonna be in piss after that one if they lose. Come on, Seattle. Let's fucking get it done.
They had no pressure at all.
Nothing. Mind-boggling.
Dude, he got all the way down the court. What the fuck?
That was very, very bad coaching. That was horrendous defense.
How do you not pressure at all?
All right, guys, hang out at the 3-point line. Don't let him inside the arc.
What the fuck?
But give him a 30-foot jumper if need be.
At least put one guy down there.
And there was that. He didn't get picked up until about halfway through the paint. Like, why are you sitting outside? Like, if you're gonna do that, you might as well just crash in.
I took a live Seattle +4 in my line. I have -1% with Jesus.
All right, let's go, Rob. Let's go.
Christ, Rob. Holy fuck, man!
What a game! Kobe Williamson, the ginger with the mullet perm. That dude can hoop.
Dude, Rob, Rob, do you want in here?
Yeah, here. If you want in, I'll send you the link. No, you don't have to if you don't want to, Rob.
I can present it too. If we just
end. Yeah, if you know how to do that, then
sure. Yeah, we just gotta go not live. Otherwise, the NCAA will come for our head.
Oh, share the game you're talking about.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, it don't matter to me.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll end it here, Rob. Nick will shoot you a link or get you in somehow.
Oh yeah.
We'll sweat the overtime out here, but again, thanks everyone that popped out.
Yeah.
Let's win tomorrow. Oh, Rob doesn't have a setup or he'd be down.
All good.
No worries. We can. We'll ride this stream out. We can cut this out later. Oh
yep.
God.
Fuck.
Come on, Seattle. You made it all the way here. How much were they down?
Like 8.
Or was it kind of just back and forth? 8? No.
They were leading like the whole game, and then they were down 8 with like 4 minutes left, 5 minutes left.
Damn. Oh, it's probably mute myself.
You're good. Do you want to end the live?
Yeah, we'll end it right now. We'll shoot Robin.
Yep.